Okay, so let's get right into it and talk about a massive headache for pretty much anyone in a creative field. We're going to take a deep dive into a tool called Git Aset, and more specifically, this wild $49 lifetime deal that's running on 𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘁. The real question here is, can a single one-time payment actually fix a problem that drives designers absolutely crazy? Let's find out.
I mean, come on. If you're a designer, this slide probably gives you a little bit of PTSD, right? We have all been there. You know that sinking feeling in your stomach when a client says, hey, can we go back to that version from 2 weeks ago? And you just have to dive into a complete disaster of file names just praying you didn't save over the one you actually need.
And that right there is the heart of the problem we're talking about today. It's not just about having messy folders. It's about the very real, very stressful risk of losing hours or even days of your work. It's about that low-level anxiety that just hangs over you. And this is the exact pain that Git Aset says it can make disappear.
So what's the solution? Well, the tool's called Git Aset, and it's built on a really cool idea. What if you could take the super powerful version control system that software developers use, it's called Git, and make it easy, visual, and, well, not scary for creatives?
Yeah, forget about code and confusing command lines. The best way to think about Git Aset is right here. It's a time machine for your designs. Seriously. Just imagine being able to see every single saved version of your work and just jumping back to any point in time with one click. It's version control, but built for people who think in pictures, not code.
So is it actually that simple? According to the review, oh yeah, absolutely. The first impressions are really strong. You've got a clean interface, everything's easy to find. But the real showstopper here, the setup time. Under 15 minutes. For a busy freelancer, that's everything. You're not burning billable hours trying to figure out a new tool, you're just working.
Okay, so it all sounds great in theory, but let's see how this visual time machine actually holds up when you put it to the test in a real-world situation.
This right here is the killer feature. It's the visual history. So instead of some boring text log of all your changes, you get to see a little carousel of your file at every single stage. It directly answers that question we've all muttered to ourselves, wait, what did this thing look like before I made that last change?
So to test it, the reviewer did something super common. They took a logo, the original was blue, that's version 1. Then they changed the color to a nice emerald green. Bam, version 2. And finally, they tweaked the font weight a bit. Now we're at version 3. But here's the real test. Can you go back to version 2 instantly and perfectly?
And the answer is a total success. With just one click inside Git Aset, the file rolled back. That font change from version 3? Gone. The file was instantly back to being emerald green with the original font, exactly like it was in version 2. It just worked, flawlessly.
And it does more than just rollbacks. It helps you keep your projects organized with collections, and it even uses AI to help you tag your files. Plus, and this is a big one, it works with the cloud storage you're already paying for, like Dropbox or Google Drive. That means you can preview all your design files, Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever, right inside the app without waiting for those huge programs to load just to check one little thing.
All those features are great, but features are only half the equation, right? The other half is what it costs, and this is where that 𝗵𝘀𝗵𝘁 deal completely changes the game.
$49. That's it. Not per month, not per year, a single payment, and you get lifetime access. I mean, in a world where everything is a subscription, an offer like this is pretty incredible.
Let's just break down the math here so you can see it. Let's compare it to another tool that might cost, say, $15 a month. That's $180 a year. With this Git Aset deal, your annual cost is zero after you buy it. You save over $130 in the first year alone, and after that, well, the savings are basically infinite.
And this quote from the source material it hits the nail on the head. When you compare that $49 one-time fee to a $15 monthly subscription, this tool literally pays for itself in a little over 3 months. Everything after that is just money back in your pocket for the rest of your career.
Okay, so we've established the tech is solid, and the price is, well, it's kind of a no-brainer. But that doesn't mean it's the perfect tool for absolutely everyone. So let's get down to it. Who is this deal really for?
The review really zeroes in on 3 main groups. First, freelancers and solopreneurs, people who need to protect their work but can't afford another monthly bill. Then you have content creators who are just drowning in different versions of thumbnails and social graphics. And finally, small design teams, like under 5 people, who need version control but don't need all the complicated, expensive enterprise stuff. If you're in one of those buckets, this deal was basically made for you.
Now, let's be real,
No tool is perfect. The pros are huge, the price is unbeatable, and that visual history is a total game changer. But you got to keep a few things in mind. The team features are pretty basic right now, so it's not going to work for a big agency. There's no direct Figma or Sketch integration yet, which is a bit of a bummer for a lot of us. And just to be super clear, this manages your file versions. It's not a stock asset library.
And really, that brings us to the big final question. When you look at the constant, stressful battle against file chaos, and then you see this simple, elegant solution that Git Aset offers, you just have to ask yourself, could a one-time $49 investment actually bring some sanity back to your creative workflow for good? Based on this review, for the right person, the answer seems to be a huge yes. Definitely something to think about.